Welcome to What's Up Oxford. I'm Shannon Woolley, and I'm joined today by one of our favorite regular guests, Kelly from United Way. So welcome back to the show.
Hello.
Brand new season.
Happy fall.
Happy fall. We were just saying, I can't believe where did the summer go, but it's nice to have you on the show again.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me on to share a little bit of information that I think is really timely for folks.
Okay. Food insecurity.
Absolutely. So it's interesting because that's like a jargony term, food insecurity. Most people who are food insecure don't use those words, but it really talks about individuals, families who just don't have enough money to buy adequate food. And unfortunately, we know with the cost of living that has gone skyrocketed, cost of housing that has skyrocketed, that there are lots of families that are literally making decisions. Do they pay their heat and hydro?
Or do they buy food? Do they pay their mortgage or rent? Or do they buy food?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that locally, the Southwest Public Health has researched, and we have about 20% of our households that are considered food insecure.
20%.
Just shy of 20%, which is a really significant amount.
Yeah.
And I think for community members who are unaware, who they themselves go to the grocery store and maybe, are a bit stunned, certainly by the prices of food, but are still able to buy their food, may not recognize the impact on others. And so one of the things that United Way has been doing for a number of years is our Community United Conversation Series.
Okay.
Where we say we want to shine a light on unignorable issues. So on October 1st at 7 p.m., we will, our next series is on food insecurity right here in Oxford County.
Wow. Do you guys happen to know, is that 20%, is that significantly higher than last year, the year before? Do you know what? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
You are. Actually, I do not know the answer, but what I can say is if you tune in on October the 1st, the experts that are going to be on our panel will know the answer.
Okay.
I just moderate. But we will have folks from Southwest Public Health, and they have a really fantastic presentation, I think, to give some clarity and some percentages. And they'll look at not just local numbers, but also some comparisons to national numbers as well, which, is telling. And then we will also have Drew from the Tillsonburg Salvation Army to talk about their food bank and how that works and who's using it. We also have Brian Smith, who wears 1,000 hats, but a couple of his hats would be the Stitch Supper Club hat from Ingersoll, and also a group that have kind of come together locally to do a food rescue program to take off where Food Forward Oxford left off when it ceased to exist, to really look at rescuing food and getting that food into
the families that need
into different hands, right? Okay. So it has both the humanitarian lens, but also the sustainable environmental lens. And so we're going to talk about the need, but also what the resources are here in Oxford County.
Okay, so that's on October 1st, 7 p.m.
That's right.
And where can people see this information?
So they can go online to see it after the fact, but if they want to register and listen the night of to the webinar, they can email Amanda at unitedwayoxford.ca, and she will send them the link. And it's about an hour and a half that we run these sessions for, but afterwards they are available on our website. They're recorded. We're very grateful that Rogers showed them as well for community members that maybe, can't join us the night of or don't have access to computers and, internet and all of that. And so I think it'll be a really interesting conversation to learn about the need and about the services. And I think with that lens of we, as a community, don't want to just feed people in line for food. We want to end the line. We want to find our way forward so that people don't need these services.
Of course. Now, people that are watching that, I know throughout the seasons, there will be different food banks and food hampers where people can donate, or
Absolutely.
of course the Realtor Cares food drive where you
is
place it out on your
fantastic.
front step. What about the in-betweens? So if, somebody wants to donate food, like where do they put that food?
And so there are, we will be talking about what's available across the county. And certainly there are a number of organizations that will collect food. The largest would be, in particular, the Salvation Army food banks across the county. But there are also others as well. But there's also smaller organizations that are not really food-specific organizations at all. But what they're finding is the clients they're trying to serve are hungry.
Of course.
And so they too now have little cupboards of food that's available. And so there's lots of options for people, and we want to, really look at what people might choose to donate and how you might rethink that. Right. There's a lot to learn.
Okay, so Tuesday, October 1st, 7 p.m., and that is going to be live streamed.
That's right.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for being on and talking about this topic that clearly needs to be addressed, food insecurity.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for being on the show. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.